What's going on, people? You still at work, Tasha? Well, it's gonna be brief, baby. I'm only keeping y'all for about 40 minutes or so because I wanted to start earlier, but it is what it is. So this is the time that we actually got to start, and we're gonna get it in. Y'all know I try to wait for the chat to at least get to double digits. How's everybody doing today? So far, so good. I wasn't even going to do it, but I had said that I was. So, and with the video that I showed earlier, I wanted to go over some more stuff anyway. So I'm going to have to actually do this shit. We going to make it happen. We going to make it happen. We going to make it happen. Make it happen. Did everybody see the little video I did earlier? I thought it was mad creative, if you ask me. It's a Monday, y'all. This is ugly. I ain't even say. I think I did say I was gonna go live. I'm not sure. I'm watching basketball and wrestling, y'all, at the same time. My kids. I like Russell Westbrook. That's why I be wanting the Thunder to win. They used to be my East Coast team until Durant pulled that bullshit. I don't like that stacking shit. Now I guess I gotta mess with the Clippers on the West Coast. But the Celtics are the franchise forever. Yamo, yamo, yamo. Anyway, fuck it. If it's just us, it's just us. Let's get in. I did a video earlier today talking about showing what was going on with the court systems and things of that nature. And all those videos tie into protecting each other. Also with the video that I did about with the Call of Duty with us protecting each other. And I think that it ties into what I titled the name of this video, which is going to end up being a video anyway. The name that I entitled this video is, "Are Black People Missing Out on Flint?" You know, like a new Black Wall Street. And I know with the Tulsa shit that it was the oil town that helped fuel, you know what I'm saying, Black Wall Street. So being that Flint, Michigan is not an oil town or anything like that, I think that black people just being black people coming together in one spot with all the ideas that we have and able to actually generate these ideas and push these ideas, there's no way in hell that that shit won't work. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell that that shit won't be hustling and bustling. With the sports leagues, the all black sports leagues and things of that nature, there's no way in hell it won't be hustling and bustling in no time. You'll have people coming in from all over the world just to be a part of it. You'll have people coming over all over the country just to be a part of it. You'll have all nationalities of people who are going to be fiending to be a part of it. If black people actually said, yo, we're going to pool our resources so that we can fix this goddamn water and all that bullshit, we'll take it. Like, if this is what we got to do to have our own land, we'll take this shit right now as is, just so we can have our own land, and we'll fix that shit later. And I think with all the resources and all the people that we have, we can do that shit. All the black people, all the brothers and sisters out here that's making money and that really love black people and want something to happen, want some change to come, want something to take place that's worthwhile, and for us to have something that's worthwhile, like, yo, it can happen. And Flint is like a big oyster, man. It's like it's waiting for us. It's like there's no reason in the world why we shouldn't be dealing with that. On a whole, soon as we found out how cheap everything was, we should have looked at it like, yo, we'll cover everything else on the back end. Let's just get this shit first. Let's just get this and come together. Let's just have it. And with black people together, there's no way that shit's not gonna pop off. As long as you do what you do and do what we do as far as keeping the frauds at bay, you know what I'm saying, like we do now, keeping the people who just want to take advantage of shit at bay, you know, actually having people who are dedicated to what's going on. And you can see that, and it'll be evident in everyone's actions. It's not, we're not going to need to fuck around and have no campaign to get people to come along and be a part of a plan to rebuild Black Wall Street in a whole nother way. Because right now, like I said, we don't need no oil town. Peace, peace. We don't need no oil towns. We don't need any of that stuff. We don't need anything for us to be popping. We just need to be ourselves and together. There's no way in hell that any Asian people could take over any hair market in Flint, Michigan, if black people are moving there in mass and taking that shit over. There's no way in hell that black people will have to be worried about this getting gunned down in the street shit if we just moving to mass, moving to Flint, mass in droves. It can happen. I think it should happen. I don't see any reason why it should not happen. Because like the video I did earlier, what you seen with the court system, like, this is what happens when you go to court. This is what happens when you stand in front of these people who are colluding and making this only appear to be legitimate, just to take advantage of you. At least if we had our own city again, we'd be able to somewhat combat that shit because we all know about it. We'll all be invested in that shit. We'll all be invested in the city prospering. So that way we're not going to allow people to just fuck us over. We're not going to allow, first off, all the cops in the neighborhood are going to end up being black anyway. There's no way around that shit, no way to avoid that shit. Because we're going to come there and stay there. We'll have to make, and everyone knows we'll have to make concessions. We'll have to make systems where we can help out people who are just black and want to be there, because nobody should be able to get turned away unless you're a coon or unless you know what I'm saying, a crook, one of them crony niggas who just want to take over. Like I said, I got a special page for people like that. It's called Shame TV East Watch. So you want to be a fucking crook, you want to take over and run shit into the ground so black people can't have anything, that's not going to be prosperous. So it's like survival mode, man. I don't think black people take this shit seriously. I think that we talk too much about ket, nuna net, mama het, and all of that shit, and no one's talking about what are we gonna do tomorrow if the dollar drops. You know what I'm saying? What are we gonna do when you don't have enough food in your house to last a month? The average American carries less food in their house than basically what I'm saying is the average American carries enough food that they may survive a month. And that's scraping cans and shit. That's scraping canned goods and all of that bullshit. You might just survive a month off the food that's in your house. So these things, when are these things going to be taken seriously? Like we have people holding, for all this time, we've been distracted. You know, we've been distracted with all this debate shit. We've been distracted with all this who's the best scholar and who's the best, the best orator and who is actually giving the truth and who's a scam artist and who's this and who's that. Like we've been distracted with that bullshit. All the wild shit is going on around us. All the wild shit is going on around us that is serious and going on around us. And we go into debates with a nigga talking about something. Really, man? We're going to waste our time talking about that when these people could turn guns on us tomorrow. And most of you, just like me, you have families, you have loved ones, you want to survive. I want to survive. I don't understand why this is not in the forefront. Soon as that goofball Trump got in, it should have been automatically known that we got work to do. It should have been known that we're all black people, but everybody's still in the same trance, man. Nobody really fears that this shit can crumble because we trust white people too much. We trust white people to handle our problems. It's no problem just saying that shit out loud sometimes, people. Like, yo, be for real. Like, yo, a lot of times we trust Europeans to handle our problems and none of our issues, and we do that all the time. And so when these people who are training, it's one thing if I said these things and no one was out here training to kill you and your children. It was one thing if I'm just saying this shit off the top of my head and some shit I just want to think or I feel, and none of this shit is actually happening. But this shit is actually happening. It's actually real. You guys know that it's real. We know that it's real. And I think the only thing that we can do is get on a mission, man, to see really what's up with this Flint shit. How much does it cost to fix the water? Like, seriously, black people, how much does it cost to fix that water? I will pay for it. Even with us being in what? Less than 2% of this country's wealth. That's including Floyd Mayweather, all these niggas, Oprah, all the people that you think got paper, LeBron, all these people. Including all these people, black people still have less than 2% of the wealth of this country. So with that being the case in our current situation, we have to look for a solution. And a solution is not going to be debating one another. Now, we could make videos and expose these frauds. Exposing these frauds is not debating one another. I don't want anyone conflating those two things because that's not the same thing. Don't conflate that. Having a debate on something basically is actually choosing which path that I'm trying to move forward in or that we should move forward in together. That's the only debates that we should actually be having from here on out. We've had enough debates between the Bible and the Quran. We've had so many debates between, like I said, and all that shit. Not shit, but all that stuff. We've had debates about all that versus the Hebrews. We've had that versus atheism. We've had that versus the special Muslims who, this is Islam, but he got his special branch and all that shit, yo. Like everybody, the whole polite shit. We already know that Polite's a new Wapi. And speaking of Polite, yo, he's a funny motherfucker, G. I seen that shit. I seen that in somebody's Facebook, was either mine or Kev's, a picture of this dude like on vacation and all that. No, that's called a run. That's called on the run. That's called going to South America or a country that doesn't extradite, and that's where you are with a little bit of paper that you got left or whatever you got from scamming whoever you scammed. That's where that shit comes from. That's where that, we're not stupid, yo. I've seen Shameless before, Jimmy Steve. Man, Polite is Jimmy Steve from Shameless. He don't really have no name. Nobody knows what this nigga's real name is, but he's always in a flashy car and bullshit like that. When he's on the run, he ends up taking pictures like he's vacationing. We understand all that bullshit, man. Shame TV got something coming for you that's so special. Very, very special. But tonight's focus, for real, like I said, guys, is the couple videos that I did earlier. One I posted, one that I did. Well, I let you watch another video. All that shit is tying into the same thing, yo. Are black people missing out on Flint? You know what I'm saying? Is it a new Black Wall Street just waiting to happen, and we just like on the cheap, like for the low? A new Black Wall Street for the low, and the houses are fucking cheap as hell. Like the only thing, the expenses that we're looking at are maybe future expenses as far as taxes and shit that may be incurred already on the properties and all that bullshit like that. But other than that, yo, all we're looking at is, hey, this is going to be the cheapest way that we can all buy houses around each other. Like-minded people can all come together and buy houses around each other. I ain't talking about building no village, man. But in a sense, yeah, I'm talking about building a village. Like I just said, there's no way shit is going to get done where everybody's spread out all over the fucking place. There's no way we can survive where everyone's spread out all over the place. If you look at shit right now, look at your own personal families. Okay? Not even including your friends and your personal friends, just family that you feel that, yo, I will die for. I will make sure they survive anyway if I possibly can. Look at that right now. Take that for instance. If you look at your family right now that's spread out, and say you have 5 brothers and you're a child of a family of 6, okay? You got 3 girls and 3 boys. You got 3 brothers. You got a brother that lives in Florida. You got a brother that lives in Texas, and you got a brother that lives in New Hampshire. You got a sister that lives in California, a sister that lives in Texas, and you live in Louisiana. So if some shit jumps off tomorrow, like I said, pressure pack situation, the dollar crumbles. You can't barely get fucking water from the grocery store. This, that, and the third. What's going on? You could barely get water from the grocery store. How are you going to survive? How are we going to survive? How are you going to link up with your family when the highways are flooded and there ain't even no sense in trying to drive because everything's so jam-packed? Motherfuckers that ran out of gas and left cars and moving on, looking for food, living like nomads and bullshit like that. Like, how will you survive without unity? We cannot do it, man. But together we can do it. There's really no problem. Watching the whole Black Wall Street model is way more beneficial than for black people today because we have our own media platforms. There's the number one thing that killed people in Black Wall Street. You want to know what started Black Wall Street? Newspaper reporters and writers and editors. Newspaper writers and editors started Black Wall Street. Because them white people were already pissed, but they were given, let's say, okay or a go, a clearance, so to speak, a little code through the newspaper. Hey, we all meeting up. Fuck this. Fuck, we know his rules. We know we can't come out and say this shit, but we gonna come out and say it anyway. That's what they did. The black people back then, who could they call on? Who could they even report this shit to? Listen, man, we're living in 2017, and most of us know that we found this out by studying our own history on our own, trying to get back into it. Exactly the same Katrina shit, the same thing. It's all the same thing. Like, black people are missing out on Flint, like I said, because this shit is so cheap, man. What happened to who? Kev Grills? Nothing, G. Ain't nothing wrong with Kev. Not that I know of, my G. But I think we're missing out, man. Like I said, I played Call of Duty just to let people know what's going to happen when people are at your door on some motherfucking Negan shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do when shit is chaotic? And there ain't no sense in calling the police because they done banded up with they secret brotherhoods and all that bullshit anyway, so they're not about to fucking look out for you. There's no need in calling any police. Who are you going to call? Who's going to help you? Most of us haven't even shot a gun before. Most of us know we haven't even shot anyone before. Most of us know that we're terrified to do such. A lot of people can't, even if someone's invading their home, they're being such shock. You can have these people coming around, raiding people's houses, trying to steal young girls or whatever the situation may be that you can think of. The average person will be afraid to even stick a knife in another person's body to kill them for their own survival. I'm not talking about no just murdering anyone. I'm talking about for your own survival. For your own fucking survival. So it's like it's a sticky situation when you look at it. You don't want to run around and preach hate or feel like you're preaching hate or preaching something that's murder or evil or that's not going to bring any positive ends. But at the same time, we've seen these things before. And I feel that it's better for Black people now to be together in doing and seeing and being together in the things that may happen or transpire rather than being apart. That's not going to help us whatsoever. And being at them fucking houses are so damn cheap right now in Michigan and Flint. Yo, we need to fucking capitalize on that shit. Like on some real shit, we need to capitalize. We need to make a push to all of our so-called favorite celebrities, and this, then the third. Hey, listen, yo, we're doing something. We're starting this little coalition, and we're coming together for Black people to fucking take over Flint. Yo, we're gonna buy all of that shit. We're gonna own the whole shit. That means all the stadiums there, whatever the fuck is there, is ours. And you know what we'll do if we're left alone. You know how prosperous and frighteningly auspicious we'll be if just left alone. And that's just talking about just left alone, not helped in any way, not you doing whatever you can to repair whatever you've done. So, and all of this I'm saying to say what? What am I saying? I'm saying I'm doing a lot of talking. All of this I'm saying to say what? That life is serious. Things are actually happening around us, and I don't think we're paying attention to it at all. I think that is the worst thing that we can possibly do, is feel that our fight is only a racial fight, or feel that our fight is only reparations, or to feel like, no, man, and to feel like our fight is who's the top guy. What up? To feel like who's the top guy on YouTube TV and all that bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, our fight is not that. Our fight is real life. If Black people have a chance to stand together, we will have a better chance to survive. That's all this is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is recognize what's happening to you in these courtrooms. Nothing's going to change unless when you go to court they're trying to push people out is filled to capacity, and the first time the judge lies or plays one of those collusion games that you heard earlier, you don't have to take my word for it. You can listen yourself and be the judge yourself because you're an adult. Okay? By the block. I hear you. I hear you, by the block. Like, but that's some real shit. Like, we could own that shit. We could take that shit. It would be ours. It would be ours to own. It would be ours to develop in any way that we see fit. And it's gonna be fucked up at first. I don't do what up. I don't do Keisha Ray. I don't do kumbaya shit. So I already know shit gonna be ugly sometimes, G. Like, it ain't gonna be all hunky-dory at first. But that's the next live stream that I got coming for y'all tomorrow. That one's going to be in time. I might schedule it tonight. That one's going to be the one of my favorite. I couldn't wait to get to that one. And that one's going to be about drop squads, female and male drop squads, and these that we need to start do drop squads need to be reinstituted in the black community, female and male? That's going to be the next one, because there's no moving forward when you got people who want to get into a fight because you told them that, hey, your child just did something wrong down at my house, and they want to get into a fight about it. Or this, like, that shit all that childishness has to go away. All that shit cannot last. It cannot survive. Okay? So I'm not holding you guys long, man. I just wanted to holler at you real quick. And I posted the videos, which took a lot of my thunder, because I could have posted them tonight. And I could have posted them tonight and played them and made this last longer, because I had planned on being it 45 minutes, but it's 25 and I done thundered it. So that's all I want to say, man. I don't talk y'all to death, man, unless we talking about something. So black people, are we missing out on Flint? Just think about it. It could be our new Black Wall Street, because we need to survive. And what cheaper way for us to come together than to buy property in Flint, start coming together and bringing businesses to Flint. If you're a black person and you have any type of business that ships, mainly ships, that nobody has to walk in your store to make money, if they don't have to walk to your business to make money or something like that, or you don't have to be in that particular city that you currently live in to make money, then and you into this, and you into surviving, and you into black people being together surviving, because I'd rather survive with you. Ooh, yeah. So if you're into that, it's just something to think about. Derek Jones Talks. This is for y'all to just talk, man. The conversations start everything. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, not far. Yeah, like, I've never been there, but I've seen a lot of documentaries on it, and it's real. Like, that property is really cheap out there, guys. It's not a joke. Like, some of them have back taxes that may be like, I seen one, it was like he bought the shit for 60 grand, I mean $60 or some shit, but the shit had like $35,000 worth of whatever attached to it. But I'm like, who cares, nigga? That's like you bought a house for $35,600. Like, yo, we could come up in the world real fast doing some shit like that, guys. Like, for real, we'll be able to actually build shit together. We can actually take out money and get equity out of our house and shit like that, to have cash to build something better, like cellars and storing food and teaching our children how to use bow and arrows. Like, if you a felon and you can't use a gun, then learn how to shoot a fucking bow and arrow. Like, something, you know what I'm saying? Be able to protect your people the same way that everyone else is doing. There's no coincidence that when Japanese Americans come to America, they coincidentally live together in the same towns and areas and houses and neighbors and all that shit. It's not a coincidence that Italians come to America and they seem to live nowhere except around other Italians. These are reasons that make perfect sense for us to do the same thing. You guys, food, because the most precious commodity, man, is food. Once the shit hits the fan, the most precious commodity out there is food. Like, food and water is the most precious commodity. And then you got other things. If you smart, if you got people who are smart, if they go in and run, if I had to go in and run and basically shelter up in my house or some shit, like, first off, I would do whatever I could as far as weaponry. I would do whatever I could as far as fortifying it with wood and metal and shit like that, because you can't just use wood. You need some sort of iron and metal just in case you're getting shot at. But it's everywhere. Stuff is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? It's like not like before, where we could just go to a creek and put our hand in the water and drink. You know what I'm saying? So, and hunting is very important. The main reason hunting is important, because anybody could kill a motherfucking animal. The purpose of it is, are you able to skin that animal, know what to throw away, know what to keep, this, that, and the third. Like, these things are important. You need to know what to throw away and what to keep if you hunt. I can, even though I'm not a hunter, nigga, I can muster up a way to kill an animal. I know how to, I mean, it may seem small, but I know how to defeather a fucking bird, like one of these birds out here, and shoot the motherfuckers. If I could bring one down, I know how to take the feathers out of it, take the meat out of it, out of the muscle, the chest, know what, the breast, basically. I know what to eat and what to toss away. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I only learned that by just actually being interested and focusing on things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people all the time, what's one of the most valuable things that you need other than water and all that stuff like that? You need people, I was like, you need tradable things. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you need, if you in your house and you got racks and racks of toothpaste and shit like that, those are tradable items for motherfuckers who haven't had a toothbrush in weeks. If you have motherfucking pots and pans for motherfuckers who been on the run and don't even have a way to cook their own food, like, yo, you can trade for things like that. You could make way, you could, survival is the whole key. That's all I'm saying. I don't have the fucking plan. I don't have the master plan. So please don't think that I'm coming out here tonight trying to give you a motherfucking master plan. If you want a master plan, you got to go over to them other guys who everybody's the smartest guy in the room and they got all the fucking plans in the world, all their master plans. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, on that note, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't deal big on that one. Right? I can't give you anything on a master plan. This is just my idea. Gardens, and the gardens have to be protected. That's what, like, all these things have to be protected. The only way that they can be protected is if we come together in some sort of city type group. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a group. It does not have to be a governmental group like this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely has to be voluntary. You know what I'm saying? There's no need in doing this shit if we're not going to make it voluntary. Because people with the best intentions generally fuck everyone over. Oh, man, I even took it to 32. We might just go to the 45, y'all. Fuck it. We here and we doing it. But, yeah, man. It's just, I want you guys to think about that, not just think about the other shit that we deal with, not just think about the racism and the people looking at your name on the application that it's a black name and throwing it away and you can't find a job and all that shit like that. Like, I understand all those things, and it hurts because those things are right there in front of you. They all have all white people got white communities, yo. Like, it ain't, I don't even look at that as being racist, nigga. I just look at that shit as being smart. Like, if I had my way about it, I would have a community and I would vet it in with black people, and they would be real black people. You ain't gotta be my name Africa, or none of that shit. You just gotta be a black person who's about black people. That's it. And you ain't gotta scream it or shout it in the streets. None of that shit. Just be about it for real. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And that would take care of itself. Because all these people, the Asians, everybody got their own fucking community, yo. The only people that I know that don't have their own community is Cape Verdeans, because they just everywhere. I'm joking, yo. I'm fucking around. I love it. Y'all gonna protect each other, man. You gotta think about that shit. Like, my sisters are in Boston. That's crazy. I would have to, now I'm gonna be worried sick. First off, I'm gonna be worried sick because I gotta get my family safe and make sure I feel secure that my family's safe, because people are going chaotic around. There's guns blazing everywhere. Just shit is just going chaotic. And now I have to worry about, oh my God, how the fuck am I gonna get to them? With my nieces and my nephews, and they don't know how to shoot no fucking guns, or somebody try to run in there, and it's that, like, yo, it's just hard, man. We need to come together, man. And it's a lot of us that are like-minded people. That's why I was saying, if you run your own business and it requires any shipping where you don't have to be there to actually run the business, yo, you should really think about it. Shit. Hook somebody up. If you got a little cousin who don't have a job, nigga, and that nigga is just around, be like, look, man, I'm buying some property out here in Flint, blah, 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 blah. We are part of this initiative where we trying to take shit back over. Look, I need you to live in this property. Just live in the fucking house, nigga, because I'm still working. And blah, blah. I mean, we could find ways of getting this shit done, yo. Y'all know that. Y'all know there's ways and that we can get this done. And I only bring up Flint again for all y'all who's just coming in. Yo, it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest way. Because if you go polite way or some other way, or excuse me, I'm just talking about them scam artists. You keep fucking with them niggas gonna have you locked up, walking in a fucking house telling you all you gotta do is just claim the house. Even if that was true, do you think white people that are in power right now are gonna let you just do that, dog? Like, nigga, I would just go get in my truck and go drive around until I see a nice ass house with a fucking for sale sign up there and just go up there. Like, word, baby, get the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, none of that shit makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't add up. Like, there's a reason for that, you know? 1 + 1 is 2, not 28. But anyway, man, this nigga said he, man. But anyway, man, I'm about to let y'all go. I was just rapping with y'all because I didn't jump on last night, and this is something that I was thinking about talking with you guys about. But a lot of my people done told me they still at work right now and all that, so this might have been a bad time to do the live stream. But we had 15 to 16 of y'all in and out, so I appreciate that love. I'll never not accept it. Shame TV, East Watch. If y'all stay up late enough, I might go live later tonight on Shame TV. Yeah, I'm gonna go live on Shame tonight, and we'll turn up talking about some more of these con artists and con artists. Now let me stop, y'all. I'm serious about that though. We're gonna go on Shame TV and hear that Shame Bell and have some motherfucking fun tonight. I like it too. I got some more. Derrick Jones Talks is gonna be just us talking for real now, y'all. Like, it's just gonna be just us talking and trying to have a good time, yo. That's it. Shame TV. Now that's where we get it in with that motherfucking Shame Bell. You'll still hear the Shame Bell on Derrick Jones Talks. You heard it today with that judge. Did y'all hear the video? See the video that I did earlier with the young kid in there questioning the judge? Because that's like that's the #1 reason why I like doing this shit. Because I was like, with the platform that other people have, we all should have been heard them videos like that. Y'all should have been heard videos like that. You said they've been they call them squatters. They are squat. In a sense, they are squatters, nigga, because somebody built that house. So if you didn't pay for the building of the house, nigga, you can't just move up in that shit. Like, because the actual labor, you saying, basically you trying to say that shit was free. You're trying to say that the labor was free if you could just move up in the house. I'd rather go to Flint where the house cheap as a motherfucker and you just pay $300 and then you had a goddamn house. Yeah, that judge, all them judges do that, man. I use my status correction shit as being a more and all that when I went to court. And the most success that I had as far as getting these people to leave me alone. See, the problem that a lot of people have with that shit is when they doing with that status correction and all that shit. A lot of problems that they have with that status correction shit is they're not looking at it like you're being damaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say it like, oh, and even for me being here, I need to cause penalties and blah, blah. Okay, I understand all that shit. But the point is, dog, It's people who have physical and military might who are just grabbing and accosting you. We all know it's not right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's what they're doing. And I had the most success when I used that approach. That's what got me out of my situation. I wasn't looking at no motherfucking 20 years in the penitentiary, no bullshit like that. I don't have no dope case or no shit like that. So that's not what I'm talking about. But at the same time, you were still trying to take a year, 2 years, excuse me, of my life for some petty ass bullshit. So when I fought the case, I'm like, yo, I'm having more success using this approach than I am taking this burden of proof on myself, talking about how I'm an indigenous Moorish American and such and such and such and such, blah, 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 blah. So instead of doing all that shit, instead of having to get all these affidavits and all this shit notarized and all this shit, going through all of this shit, all I did was ask him, yo, can I get a fair and meaningful hearing, yo, if there's a conflict of interest? Motherfucker said the same. He answered the same way she did. Well, if there's a conflict of interest, well, then generally won't just come out and say the shit. Generally, there won't be fair, blah, blah, blah. Same shit. That's the shit that got me home because I was stumping them. I started bringing up the prosecutor in her bullshit, how she's not even speaking, how the judge is the only one speaking. Prosecutorial misconduct of her arguing and talking about facts that are not in evidence. You don't have any facts and evidence of anything that you're talking about. Like that started actually getting me somewhere. So when I went and did my little deal, it was on my terms. It wasn't no lawyer doing the deal for me. Understand? So I'm not saying that there's not Moors out here and other people who use methods successfully. And I think that the Moorish thing with me, the reason why I would encourage brothers and sisters to do it, because you don't have to do shit. It's not like you being something else or a Christian and you got to live some lifestyle. Nigga, I'm a Moor just because I am. If that paperwork, if everyone did it and just leave the paperwork in your dresser, nigga, in your safe or something or whatever. So you don't even have to deal with this shit every day. But just do it just in case. If it does, what would it hurt for us to do the shit? We could try. We haven't really, I mean, come on, man. We ain't tried. We damn near have tried everything else. Why? We might as well try it. Man, let me get off of here running my mouth, guys. Are black people missing out on Flint, Michigan? A new Black Wall Street? Here at Derek Jones Talks, my opinion is that we are. I think that survival mode is key, and these courts and these police are eating us up. And the only way that we can combat that is actually being around each other, like really around each other, where all my neighbors look like me, all my neighbors have the same mindset as me, not the same mindset, but the same mindset. Protection of our city and the growth of our city by any means necessary. What up, Posh? Posh, we talking about, are we missing out on Flint and a new Black Wall Street? I think we missing out on Flint, and we need to really jump on that cheap shit. We could come together and fix that water, nigga. It don't matter how much it costs, because all everybody got to do is give $100. There we go. Boom, we got it. Everybody got to give 100 more. Boom, we got it. Like, we could do that. We could get donations. We could lobby for donations. You said no, Paz, you don't think so? You don't think we could fix the water? I think we could fix the water. The houses is cheap as hell. All we would have to do is watch out for weird niggas that's, like I said, coming to destroy us. That's the biggest problem that we be having and facing nowadays, is that dealing with people coming to destroy us, yo, that look just like us. That's our biggest goddamn issue. And I don't know. I mean, there's ways around it, but it seems to be harder and harder to vet people. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I looked at my subscriber list today, and I always look at my subscriber list. And you say you're the same problems, yeah. I just want to go somewhere where we could get property cheap, and I feel like shit. We could fix everything else from there. Like this is like we still got the blood of that we carry, and we can fix everything else from there. It shouldn't be that big of a deal or issue. But anyway, man, I just feel like yo, something got to give. We got to do something. And I feel like having better conversations will get us there. That's why I made Derek Jones Talks, for people who agree or don't agree, so that we can have conversations, and better conversations will fucking get us there, man. Because not talking about it or just having your own opinion is just having your own opinion. Having our own issues, like I don't know. We just need land, and we can't stay separated, because it ain't no way we can help each other constantly separated. That's just not going to happen. So with that, y'all, this is my 44. I'm already past the damn time. I'm going to close out, y'all, because I got to get myself prepared to go on Shame TV, East Watch tonight, Derek Jones Talks. When I go live up there, I'll just wait for y'all to come in. If you haven't subscribed, there's a link in the front page. There's also a link to my Twitter. What up, what up? There's also a link to my Patreon for any of y'all who feel like you want to contribute to my art or whatever I'm pushing and trying to get done. Please do it. I haven't checked it, so I don't know if anything's in there yet. But please donate. If I haven't, be the first or the second to do it, so you can say you were. We was just running out. I'm not sure, Posh. It'll probably, because it's late already. Jeez, I might have to hurry up and do it. But we was just talking about survival. You know what I'm saying? I was just throwing out there Flint, Michigan, and trying to recreate a new Black Wall Street, but not necessarily like they did it, but in our own way. You know what I mean? We got a lot more popping nowadays than they had popping, so it could be even bigger and even more protected. That's why I want it to be bigger, because it could be more protected. But that we was just running our mouth saying about that. I just wanted all y'all to remember the one point that I said and I made, and I want y'all to remember it. Keep in mind, if calamity struck tomorrow and you got family members in all different states, how are you going to get together? How are y'all going to link up to protect each other? How are y'all going to make it to each other? You know what I'm saying? And the roads is, like I said, shut down because all types of cars is everywhere. Shit has happened. You can't even make it through. This shit is on some Negan shit, man. Where motherfuckers is going around trying to dominate you and take your shit. You need to have some sort of protection. It needs to be like a part of the forefront of our thinking all the time. That's all I'm saying. And I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from, because that's all. That's where I'm coming from. It ain't nothing special. That's just my little 2 cents. Hopefully everybody leaves some comments that might be what your solution, or what you think that may be a better solution. Because it may have been better than what I thought. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to subscribe to my new channel, Shame TV, East Watch, where the bell tolls all the time. See, the bell tolls here sometimes, but the bell tolls on Shame TV all the time. Especially when I got shaming to do. And I seen a nigga on a picture today, like he taking a vacation in the Riviera or somewhere, and a nigga in his comment section like, yo, what's up with that $60? Then I just signed up. But this isn't for Derek Jones Talks. That's Shame TV Talk. So, guys, go over and subscribe, Shame TV. The link is in the front page. Join my Twitter. The link is in the front page. Whatever else you want me to put a link in the front page for, leave a comment, and I'll put the link in the front page. and on the homepage, and my Patreon is in the homepage. Y'all like my content because you mess with me damn near every time I come on. So donate to my Patreon if you fuck with me like that. Other than that, guys, I'ma holler at y'all in a little bit. Y'all better hope that I don't get too sleepy, because I got a tendency to do that shit and go in there and enjoy some extracurriculars and then be all sleepy and shit. But I'm going to still go live anyway. It'll be 1 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Monday, and we be live all night long. Y'all, I love y'all, man, for coming and messing with me. Donate to the art and to me if you want to, if you mess with me like that. Even if you don't want to donate, please subscribe to Shame TV East Watch so I can really start pushing. Because I don't want to put all my work into those videos, and my subscriptions are still so low. So I want that the subscriptions to come up a little bit so I can put a little more work into the videos, and they can get seen and all that stuff like that. And I'm going to holler at you guys.